Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. This is a developer update on Sprint Kart Racing, and honestly, I've been making videos and doing updates on a lot of different things, and I've just kind of neglected to do them on this game. This game has been in development probably for about 6 years, let's say 6 to 7 years, and this is a mobile game, and it is a kart racing simulation on mobile. We have quite a few, with Kartcraft. Um, and Kart Racing Pro. We have really nice simulators on PC and desktop and Mac for kart racing. But when I go on the like Google Play App Store, for instance, I see very few games that simulate real karting physics or anything sort of close to faking it. And with realistic looking karts, basically a real professional sprint kart. So that was the endeavor on this. And I think I have the latest iteration of the player and AI kart nearly complete. It's really only missing one thing, which would be so we have our brake linkage here and brake cabling, and we do not have the throttle. However, the throttle is really cabling is a little more than this wire mesh cabling that wraps around. So I was even debating the necessity of having that. So maybe I'll use some kind of alpha transparent texture along here, and then there's a thicker part of the cable here towards the end. And that's about it. The car will be customizable, so some parts are separated. Your engine and your exhaust system and your tires are upgradable. And we have a decal layer here, so that'll swap out and you'll get different overlays for different sponsors and logos and stuff. And this paint scheme here is also masked in the shader in Unity, so it's also swappable, and we'll have different color schemes basically. By default, it's black underneath where it's masked, and you can switch the colors in the build, and then it has an overlay decal. But again, this is for mobile, so this is all really low poly, as low as I could get it without sacrificing too many details. It's about 10K polys, 18K triangles. I'm going to LOD this heavily. We'll reduce that to a 10K version, and then a 5K version, and then a probably 2000 triangle version that you would see as a speck off in the distance. So I'm pretty happy with how it came out. It doesn't really look like much in 3D Studio Max, but it looks pretty good in Unity. So if I just take the menu scene here from the current build, and let's see here. Oh, these are a few of the track options, but really what we want to look at here is a little more detail on the kart. So I'm using a custom mobile shader that's providing some REM lighting, and right now in the menu it's a little blown out in some spots, but the lighting looks pretty good in-game on a track environment. It looks like an outdoor natural light. So this would just be to adjust the lighting in this scene, but you'll see the mask working underneath as I click these, and you'll get to change the main color variation underneath, and then I'll figure out in the UI. I'm thinking right up here is where I'll put the little swatches, little carousel for swapping the decals. That's twofold actually. We'll need to swap the paint decal underneath, and then the overlay number and sponsor logo, because we had quite a few Kickstarter and Indiegogo backers who paid or donated, a pledge to get their logos in here. So that's kind of how the paint system's working. This is how the model's kind of looking in here. And for a mobile game, this is good enough. This is good enough. It doesn't need to be any kind of higher resolution on these screens than what we see here. And I think this is really kind of an improvement over, say, what I started with a few years ago when I did first do the crowdfunding for this. And this is kind of what I started to build up in the first iteration of the game, which was almost 95% complete. And I just went back and reinvented the kind of entire game on this and approached it properly part of the reason it's taken so long, but you can kind of see that progress that was made since then, and how it looked. Some of the core functionality, like the decal system, is there, but um, in mobile, tablet, and phone processing, has definitely improved since then. So maybe we were a little more limited back in the day, and we're not really constrained by polygons as much these days. We're more constrained with shader complexity, fill rate, transparent things overlaid on the screen on top of each other, or overdraw. That's a big issue. Um, but other than that, the polygon count, as long as you're doing efficient LODs and culling, not so much of a problem. And so this is going to be LOD'd, and we're going to utilize culling all throughout the world. So, and we're using shaders that are mobile optimized, with the minimal amount of instructions they need to kind of get that effect that we want of rim lighting and stuff like that. And it even has like fake specularity, which is not true specularity. It is vertex based, as you can tell, but you'll see some of what looks like graininess or a speck map in there, and that is a kind of a total fake. But it works. It gives us a little bit of sheen and gloss on different things without actually using a true specular map. So kind of neat. That's it for now. I think in the next update, we'll probably go in here and we would show off some of these tracks. Some of them look pretty nice, but none of them are really 100% quite complete yet. But we'll go over a few of these and look at all these, and they're from some interesting locations all around the world. Well, what I'm going to say is thank you for watching, and tune in next time.